quick single here. Pressure building on the fielding side. An asking rate over 10.5. 6 wickets in hand. Arjun Saud still very much there.
Yeah, he's just going to knock it around. Two very different methods being used here. Zaib is just aggressive. That's all it is. Just aggression, aggression, aggression. Bopara is comfortable to knock it around. End of the 16th. We've got ourselves a tight one. 1-2-5 for 4.
Well, the fans have turned up for a good match and they're getting a classic at the moment because this game is certainly going down to the wire. 42 in 24. Bopara and Saif Zaib, two of the finest batters last season, holding fort. In fact, both of them were the top 5 run getters. What a time to have them in the middle. It's still trying to wrap my head around the fact that the Royals, Sudur Paschim Royals, let go of Saif Zaib. That's a mighty hit, flat batted, and that just thunders into the stands. Ravi Bopara says, it's my time to take centre stage.
It's brilliant. It really is a brilliant shot. And again, it's effortless. And it goes such a long way back. Bopara's doing this again. He's 40 off 28, and you can barely remember a stroke that he's played.
Silently he's accumulated those important runs at a strike to a 142. Just 2 4s and 2 6s. Just goes to show how beautifully he's rotated strike. A rare dot delivery. At the moment, they're in the driver's seat. The Rhinos. There it is. Who wouldn't want to be in the driver's seat over here, HD? The Omora Jeko, Nepal's fastest growing EV brand, already has over 1,500 EVs on the road with wide charging and service support across the country. HD has taken a fancy to it, I realize.
It's just a long way for me to take it home. Unfortunately, I can't drive it home either.
I'll drive you all around, HD. What are friends for? Beautifully driven straight to the fielder, shy at the stumps. Direct hit. Everyone goes up in the air. That's been referred upstairs, but I'd want to believe Bopara made it in time.
A little thumbs up from Bopara. Again, look, not even worried. Nandan was convinced, and maybe that's what a direct hit does, but Bopara, he just standing there saying, come on, we need to get on with things. Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, the batter knows best if he's made it or he's shot. And Ravi Bopara's calm demeanor post that appeal was fair indication that he ran really well. He's a veteran, remember that. There goes the cheer and the roar in the stadium as well. A lot of support here for the Yaks and the Rhinos too, remember. They still have some batting left, HD.
Yeah, Arjun Saud still to come. If the batting order is what we think it's going to be, these guys have got to get them a little closer here. If they're at the wicket, they win.
When you're batting in this stage of the game, and Saif Zaib, despite the big hits, is also showing that he's a very smart operator with the bat.
And he's a form operator. An incredible county season. Very unlucky not to make the England Lions. So the confidence is there, the stroke play is there. Can he finish it off? but he'll look at the other end and go, you know what? The calmness is on the other side. I can just play.
And at the moment, you sense there's fire and ice in the middle, the HD. Fire in Sev Zeb and ice in Ravi Bopara. They're asking rate little over 9. Partnership 35 and 19. Zeb is batting at a strike rate of 200. Pressure on Nandan Yadav. Put a catch down sometime back. Much better.
We say that run rate required is 9, but there's not a lot of overs left here. There's just 3. If that run rate is 9 with 10 overs to go, it can get out of control very quickly. But these two will look there and say, you know what, even if we have an over of 7 or 6, 12 off the last over is very gettable. So we can take this to the last over. At the moment, they're in the driving seat, the Rhinos.
That's why if the Yaks look back at that innings of theirs, they'll certainly feel they were a few runs short. That will come back to haunt them. Fuller delivery in the gap. That's 4 more. 15 runs of over number 15. And Sev Zeb is putting on a show with the bat in this chase. 140 for 4. Now this game is certainly swinging like a pendulum in the middle, and for the moment though, it's the Chitwan Rhinos who've taken control of this thanks to a splendid partnership here between Zeb and Ravi Bopara, 39 and 21.
A crazy delivery though, it really was. You mid-off up, extra cover up, and you bowl a full toss. And off stump, you're bound to get laced through extra cover. Now, it was touching 10. It was around 9.7, that boundary. 9 and over required.
Yeah, you don't want to leave too much for later. Sompal Khami brings himself on. He's so good in front of the wicket. Ravi Bopara, you talk about playing in the way. He's put on an exhibition today, HD.
Yeah, and he's bowling himself at a critical period here. He wants to try and bowl a nice tight over here just to give his last 2 bowlers as many runs as he possibly can. Nandan Yadav is an expert at bowling at the back end. He bowled some wonderful Yorkers last year to close out a couple of games. So he's going to be required to finish off, you would think. He's got 1 over left. Are they brave enough to bowl the left arm spinner of what? Or is it Gulshan? Gul, anything can happen.
Oh, he's got stuck underneath this one. He's hit that with some certainty, and that's into the stands. What an inning Zeb is playing this afternoon. He's taking his team home.
Well, 1 out the ground and they're nearly at a runner ball. That's how quickly it changes at the back end of an innings. Kami makes an error. Safe says, I got you. From 16. Does he change the way he plays, or does he keep the foot down firmly on the accelerator?
He's been moving wonderfully well this afternoon, and he's been depositing the ball into the stands. Zeb is saying the afternoon belongs to me, and he gets the nod of approval from Ravi Bopara as well.
Wow, what a well-timed run chase this has been. The Yaks would have thought they were ahead of the game, but always while Bopara was there, they had a chance. He hung around, he built the innings, and then Safe Zabe walked to the wicket and said, I'll take care of the net run rate. Ravi, you just stand and watch what form really looks like. 38 from 15. This is some innings.
At one end, you have the class of Bopara. At the other end, you have the carnage of Zeb. And if you're a bowler, you'll certainly be at the receiving end. They're running out of ideas here, the Karnali Yaks.
this is always the situation that I've always questioned. Does he keep going? Does he try and hit it out the ground, but risk getting out and possibly giving the Yaks a way in the back door? I've got a feeling he's in the mood though.
This one came in. Oh, that's been given. Sampal Kami strikes at just the right time, creates a bit of an opening, sends the danger man Zeb back. Are we witnessing a twist in the tail? There's still so much life left in this contest.
Massive damage done by Zaid. He wasn't happy with the decision. But Para at the non-strikers end, he even questioned the height. Well, it certainly pitches on. It's tight. It's not as high as Papara indicated. But Sampal Kami has given his team a chance. It is an outside chance, but it's a chance. Zaid goes for a brilliant 38, 153 for 5.
Sampal Kami, the captain, taking matters into his own hands. This game is certainly producing some anxious moments. We certainly have a box office finish in game number 2.
I tell you what it did do, Mikhail, as we see Arjun Saad walk to the wicket, is it swung. In the 18th over, the ball swung.
Call that the skill of Sampal Kami there, the craft. Arjun Saad opened for Lumbini Lions last season. Drafted in at number 7, yeah. He's a good batter, but he's not been acquainted to these situations of late. Just take a look at the dismissal once again. The batter had shuffled and come too far across. Yeah, just felt that could have been just moving away from leg. He was very vocal and vociferous, and look at that for a send-off. Yeah, tempers flaring here. Both teams desperate for a win. Just take a look at the dismissal once again. The batter had shuffled and come too far across. Yeah, just felt that could have been just moving away from leg. He was very vocal and vociferous. Look at that. Nicely worked away. Arjun Saad will get off the mark, and he'll also keep strike for over number 19. What a game this is turning out to be. A wicket and 14 run. (13 and 12), 5 wickets in hand. Rhinos ahead in the contest. Will the Orange Army be celebrating this afternoon? Saad is a very fine batter. He's a quality bat. They are sensing something special. That's the ownership dugout.
They've gone with the left arm spin of watch. Yeah, this needs to be a tight over.
Good use of his feet. Will they push for the second? Bopara says, I'll keep strike.
It's a good bit of fielding by mid-off. He's run a lovely angle there to prevent them from going through for 2. So easily you can just drift around and let them trundle through for a 2. But Sampal Kami's got himself in the right position. It's critical position, long off and long on in these late stages.
Pure perfect exhibition of timing. That's Ravi Bopara. What a time to bring out a 6. This man's in control of the chase.
I cannot describe how difficult a shot this is. And Bopara's not going to help me because he makes it look terribly easy. That little fleck of white you see on his chin is not snow. That's experience.
You have a lot of it as well, HD. This time, straight to the fielder. Yeah, but he rightly pointed out, effortlessly he made it look so easy to a ball that was not in his range. Rhinos one hit away from registering their first win and getting their first points in season 2. Yeah, as a fielding side, at the moment you'll only hope that you see the back of Bopara in the very next ball. 6 of 8, you know who's walking across that finishing line at the moment. Yeah, makes room for himself. That's in the gap. One bounce for. They're getting closer, and they almost have 2 points in their bag. Courtesy Ravi Bopara brings up another fine half century in his very first outing. It just continues from MPL season 1. He's a class act and a batting masterclass. He's got a lot of height on this one. Field is circling underneath it, and that will be taken. A bit of an anti-climax here for Ravi Bopara. Tried to go for the blink flourish, misses out, and the wicket here for the Yaks.
Yeah, he's disappointed, Bopara. You can understand he's done so much hard work, spectacular work, but he also knows that he's done enough. He's done enough today. Simple catch at extra cover to get what a wicket, but what an innings. Controlled, that's what it was. Controlled, responsible. It's 52, and the Rhinos are nearly there now, 165 for 6.
The men at the moment in the screen over there, you can see Saif Zeb, Ravi Bopara sharing a smile, and why not? They've taken their team almost home. Arjun Saud had to work to apply the finishing touches, HD.
Sahel Tanvir might be just standing there and admiring a stroke.
That's a powerful strike, and what a way to register a win if you're a Chitwan Rhino here. Arjun Saud with a home run takes his team home. This has been clinical, convincing, and a cohesive effort by a very happy Chitwan Rhinos team.
The Yaks will look back and they will know that they were 15 or 20 short. Maybe they'll look at their tactics and how they altered their batting order and prevented big hitters from coming to the crease.